Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
Yeah, as always, Tim Dagyaka.
And go,
Wow.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, we found out, I don't know if we addressed this on the show, that the auto text on, I think, Spotify, which transcribes our episodes as we talk, it calls Steven Ugly Actor as his last name.
Steven
Stupid Ugly Actor.
Stupid Ugly Actor. Yeah, we went over this.
Yeah. Oh, we said it on the show? Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
They don't call you Anthony Galati either.
Yeah, but
It's like a weird thing that they call you. What do they call him? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but Stupid Ugly Actor, I will remember.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway,
What's
hi
new
guys.
with you guys?
Well, to put it shortly, nothing, because we've been talking for a few hours at this point.
yeah,
But
I got no catching up to do.
got no catching. Yeah.
But nothing new in your life that worth talking about?
Nothing that I want to talk about.
I'm debating about opening an IRA.
The Irish Republican Army.
Yeah, he's bringing it back.
Roth.
Oh, you should open it.
No, it's pronounced wrath. Being wrathful.
Wrath IRA.
Steve is just standing outside like the English embassy in
Yeah.
New York. Come out, ye blackened tongues.
Fight me like a man.
It's new with you, Brian.
Talking about how
Yeah,
people
we got
won
something
medals
new.
in Flanders, which was like 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
You got something new to tell us?
Nothing really. You know, I got family stuff going on. Nothing joyful that I can discuss.
Yeah, exactly. I know how you
Yeah,
feel.
I've
Right,
just been, doing dad stuff, watching the kid a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one good thing I got is that school's over. School's out
School's
for
out
summer.
for summer. School's
Yeah.
out forever.
You're gonna party hard every night. You're gonna stay up late.
As a dad, I've lost the ability to stay up past like 1,
Mm.
which sucks.
One sounds very late. That should be a way sooner time.
I like 3 or 4, and then I like to sleep through the day.
As a dad, you
Ideally.
should be in bed by
do
like
you,
11.
Do you like the Alice Cooper song?
School's
As
out
a
for
I-
summer.
I play it once a year now, and it is the best day of the year. So yes, Pavlovian response has made me love the song.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, I live stream myself singing in the car as I'm driving
really?
home. Yes,
Did you do it the other day?
I did, but unfortunately, I
No one
wasn't
saw.
on my account. I was on the Reviewing History
God
account.
Oh, you did it on purpose, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Did
I
anyone watch you?
Some people came in live and saw me. Now we have 1,000-something subscribers that got a push notification we're live,
Mm-hmm.
and if
So
they
you
tuned
singing.
in, it was me singing in the car. Now I wanted to keep that private for
Well, who
For-
did you want to show it to?
just my personal followers, not
Did
I've
you?
seen you do it like on Instagram, or like you'll get a notification.
yeah.
But you doing it on the account, I feel like maybe I should just ban you, like block
Yeah,
any
it
of
was
your
an
access.
accident. So I need to apologize to you guys that
I didn't know this even happened.
I
Yeah.
have sullied the good name of the show.
Oh,
I have sullied the name of the show.
you're
sir.
gonna sully a name that is already gone.
Never was.
Never was. Anyway, I feel not to guide the show,
Oh,
Per
guide,
se.
guide it.
but I
Guide
feel
it
like we
in.
got some emails to catch up
We do.
on.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I
But
was
we didn't
gonna
get
go
to any last time, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're behind. I read some.
You did?
Yeah, and
Are
I'm
they-
curious if it's going to be the ones he's going
Are
to
they
read.
rude?
Nah, our listeners are never really rude.
The first line of this sentence is an insult. Second line, I'm
They
sorry.
love us.
Ready?
Yeah, all right.
I'm ready.
How you boys? It's been a while, so I thought I'd check in. No complaints as such, other than the unbearable Frank 5.
You
So-
don't like Frank?
He doesn't
Oh
like
no,
Frank
Frank.
I love Frank.
Been a while.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
on,
it's been a while since you read.
The reason for the email is I'm curious about a few TV shows, which you obviously don't kind of cover, but I imagine you're still interested in. 2 are new, 1 is older. Wondering if you've watched them and what your thoughts are. So here goes. Copper from 2012.
I watched every episode of that show.
Okay.
I thought it was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it since it was on, so I don't remember all the ins and outs of it. But that was a show about
What channel was it on?
I saw it on Netflix the first season, and then season 2 came out on like FX no, it wasn't FX. It was like BBC America or
What's it
something.
about?
It is about a cop in New York City,
A former
I probably
using
could've guessed
soldier.
that.
immediately following the draft riots. So the first episode is like the day
Oh,
after the
that's
draft
cool.
riots, and he's like solving murder mysteries in like Victorian era New York City.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was great.
It's like Gangs of New York style.
Yeah,
Is it like episodic?
Yeah.
So like every episode there's a new crime?
yeah, yes, but there's
A lingering plot.
Yeah, right. But it got canceled after the second season, and it ended with him and like his buddies going to hunt down John Wilkes Booth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it ends with Lincoln getting assassinated, and then they were
And then they got
They were
canceled?
going after him, and then the show ended.
Do you think they catch John Wilkes Booth?
I don't think they do. Maybe they probably would have stuck them.
Like they helped somehow?
Yeah, because John Wilkes Booth died in a shootout in a barn
Yeah.
that they set on fire, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I could see them being a part of that.
Look, all I'm saying is they never found John Wilkes Booth's body.
Thank you.
How do we
Alex.
know that the deep
There we
state
go.
didn't come and take their agent and insert him into America so his bloodline could continue with the reptilian elite?
This is why they invented time travel.
Yeah, Copper. Good show.
But,
You know who's in that? Donna Logue.
Oh,
Donna Logue played
Donna
like
Logue.
the police commissioner who like is secretly doing evil shit behind the scenes.
he played a dad on the Staten Island sitcom.
Grounded for Life.
Grounded for Life. He's also on a great FX show called Terriers, which got canceled, I think, after one season, but it was phenomenal.
Mhm.
What's the other
Anyway.
shows?
So he talks about the show. As you're fans of Gangs of New York, I think you would dig this one.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go.
And it did.
Yeah.
Billy the Kid from 2022 about the kid's teenage into adulthood years fighting in the Lincoln County War
Oh, in Arizona.
aired on the fabulous, that's sarcasm, MGM network. Now, I take umbrage with this.
Why?
I am a big fan of the MGM network,
Oh,
formerly known as Epix.
Gotta have epics.
Yes.
I see. I've never seen that show.
I've never even heard of
Yeah.
this one.
Uh,
Sounds cool. I
Yeah,
like
Billy
a
the
nice
Kid's
western.
a cool story.
Epix is a great movie channel. I love it. They played lots of cool shit. They have, in my opinion, the most underrated show to air on TV in the past like decade called Get Shorty.
Oh yeah.
It's not based on the movie exactly. It kind of takes inspiration from it. It goes in different directions. But I thought that was a phenomenal show, and I'm hoping it comes back for another season.
Does Billy the Kid have as their intro song the Billy Joel song?
Yes.
Because it's a missed opportunity if they don't.
That
you know what I mean?
fucking song.
You don't
Billy
like
the
it?
Kid.
It sucks. And then he transitioned it from he's really Billy the Kid.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
There's
the
a
Billy.
kid from Long Island.
He's Billy the
Made
Kid.
him a
Yeah.
legend in his time.
Yeah.
Billy the Kid. So that's a show where I've actually seen it on TV before, and I always mean to watch it, and I never will. I haven't yet. I will watch it eventually. I think I'm kind of anti-TV show unless it's like a 90-year-old sitcom.
Okay.
Just like I hate that serialized TV shows will get canceled,
Mhm.
and I don't get a
Can't
complete
finish it,
story.
Right.
So that bothers
So
me.
you will not be watching Copper
No, not
Right.
after what you said.
then.
So that kind of always bugs me, and I have to start it from the beginning. It's such a time investment, and my time is so limited.
Mhm.
So,
Is there another one?
so he said, if you've not seen it, and that's likely considering the platform, it might take some digging to find. Good show. Shows BTK, not BTK Killer, Billy the Kid, as an above reproach, upstanding dude, while the Irish ranching barons can do no right. Which is probably pretty accurate. So I guess he's fighting surly Irishmen.
Well, that was what that whole thing was about. He was like rebelling against cattle barons. I forgot exactly the details of it. but
Okay.
yeah.
I hate these Irish.
What's the next one?
Franklin, he said, is about that rapscallion, the rapacious founding father, Ben Franklin, and his efforts to gain the help of the French while our revolution is floundering. Michael Douglas, despite his beaver
This is
eating
a show?
cancer. Yeah.
I saw the
Franklin?
trailer for this like a few months ago.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's
show.
I thought it was a
right?
movie coming out.
No, it's a show. I want to watch it.
They look good.
He does a really good job as old Ben. Eddie Marsan, who I couldn't see as John Adams, had me convinced by the final episode. It airs on Apple TV.
Oh, so I'll never get to see it.
Apple TV is just like a no man's land for shit.
Right.
I wonder what's better, Franklin or the other one, the Adams show.
John Adams.
Yeah.
Adams will
John
be
Adams is going to be hard to beat. That's a masterpiece.
It's so
Yeah.
good, yeah.
And he said, so there you have it. No ball busting, no real criticisms. Quite out of character for me. Salanti, Billy.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Billy.
Billy Mumphrey. So
No insults. Yeah.
as far as like TV shows and doing them, maybe when we get the Patreon up and going, we could kind of do some sort of TV thing.
I know you and I have talked about doing the Hatfields and McCoys thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's something we
it's
got to
something
figure
that's,
out.
that's out there. We'll probably end up doing at some point.
Yeah, we got to figure it out, a way to do it properly.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, this is Brett Shade. Hey guys,
Shit, this
As-
fucking guy.
as a longtime listener, I wanted to weigh in on the banana issue.
Again.
I've heard what everyone is saying. Poor Anthony getting it hard from their banana judgment. Need I remind anyone of this? And his Ray Comfort on the banana. And basically, it's that God argument about the banana.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If everyone is eating their banana the right way, just like these two nut jobs, is Anthony really wrong? I used to love bananas, and after I seen this video, I stopped. Don't know any banana hands. And second, this video hits home on how fucked up banana eating it.
What video? The guy.
The Ray Comfort
Oh,
talking
yes,
about the
okay.
divineness of the banana.
Yes, right.
Personally, I have a close family
going.
member that peels their banana and eats it the way Aunt does.
Then they're
Granted,
not your family member.
Granted, it's my 5-year-old autistic son. But hey, it's a supporter to Aunt's way of eating.
Disown your child.
If you have a child and they have banana cut with peanut butter on it and eat with their hands, it's the same thing. I, for one, ate many of those bananas as a child.
Perfectly sane food.
To eat. That is like one of the worst things about being a parent is
Watching kids eat.
Eat bananas.
baby hands are just disgusting and you have to wipe them constantly.
They love Cheerios.
Yeah, Cheerios are fine when she eats them, but we gave her mashed potatoes the other day. She's picking them up.
Ah.
And, you know,
No.
it's like, oh, you don't know. It's gross.
Don't they do that? Isn't that how they eat in India? Like there's I'm not making
know.
that up. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you know how they shit on the floor
You know,
there
shit on
too?
the floor. Well, like they eat with their hand. They'll pick up stuff like just barehanded and like put it in
Yeah,
like
you know, these people are not to be emulated.
Look,
Yeah.
like we all eat with our hands. We just ate pizza, you know?
Well, there's a difference between eating like a dried crust
Yeah.
and like picking up like rice and meat and
Yeah,
putting
you
it
don't
into
pick it up by the sauce.
right. No, they do. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's like a common thing.
Steve has his like pot of sauce. He makes a Sunday sauce. He's scooping it with his hands.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. He would.
In summary, I feel Ant's getting a bad rap from the banana issue.
You
It
don't
may
say.
just be he has autism. They say autistic
That's highly
people.
likely.
They say autistic people can be incredibly intelligent, yet have issues focusing or verbalizing, or at least my two sons are that way. So leave Ann alone. At this point, you may be starting a hate crime against a nice and intelligent man.
I like how he's simultaneously.
If I was born in like the 40s, I'd be in the Willowbrook State School right now.
I like how he simultaneoutly insults you, but then warns us and like tries to protect us. Like, hey, stop it because
Yeah,
if he-
you
if
may
he
get
is-
canceled.
if you got a touch of the tism, we're in trouble.
Yeah. And then he ends the email. Finally, loving the show, Brian. Keep up the good work and get licensed to pod back somehow.
Is that done?
It hasn't come back.
I guess it wasn't very popular.
Views, huh?
I think it was just kind of one of those things where there was a loud vocal minority which bitched.
Oh, really? They didn't like you?
It was. I think they just didn't even
They
listen.
probably
They
just
were
don't
like,
like Bond. Yeah,
I think what happened was before the last one.
It is kind of niche.
a
it's very.
So they do a Kiss pod on the Tell 'em Steve Dave Patreon,
Even more niche.
and that dropped. And then the next week, I think the Bond show dropped.
It was 2 in a row.
And I think it was
That
two in a
so-
row, and people got pissed. And because that was the second one, I think it took a big brunt, and people were like, I'm not even going to listen.
Mhm.
Who has the bigger rabid fan base, Bond or Kiss? I would
Kiss.
say Kiss, right?
Yeah.
Bond is something that most people casually like.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
we're like,
so
oh, there's a new Bond
they're not
movie. I don't
you.
see it. They're not me. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the greatest thing ever, which I get. You know, but to be fair, people that didn't even listen to the show, it's not really so much as like we're going through the movie beat by beat. It's like we're generally talking about elements of the movie, and it's a springboard for other conversations.
Just like Usher.
Yeah, we did Moonraker, and Bry starts talking about how he hates the phrase head. Like it bothers him. Like just on a level, it's like kind of nails on a chalkboard to him.
I kind of agree with him.
Yeah, you don't like the word head?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Have you ever said give me head?
No.
Or
No.
I'm getting ahead.
I'm getting head.
Getting ahead of the situation.
No, I think he has in mind it there. I think it's sexually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I'm getting
Like I'm
head.
sucking a dick. I'm giving
Oh.
head.
Oh. I don't care.
Have you ever
Funny.
used it though? Like I'm getting head?
I don't think so.
Not really.
I've definitely used it.
It's more of a childish way.
Yeah, it's a very teenager.
Yeah. As a teenager, probably
Oh,
use it
yeah.
in context, but not like personally.
So how many did you do? How many episodes of that show?
There were 2 episodes.
Really
If-
didn't get far, huh?
yeah, we're supposed to do GoldenEye as the 3rd episode if it ever comes, which is a movie I think everybody has seen. So I think that would kind of help it. And they could play the game on it and it would get a boost. But ultimately, not my
What
call.
are you gonna do?
If you
Right,
wanted,
it's
I would
not.
write Walt a nice email saying that you like the show and would like a new episode.
Yeah, you're
That's your
telling,
best
you're
bet.
telling the wrong guy if you want that to happen.
Yeah.
You're not the guy.
Yeah. So that's my advice. Oh, and tell Steve to stop judging 80s hair bands.
I'll judge them all I want.
While he may not care for it, it's one of the funnest genres of music, considering how music changed in the 90s. Don't gotta like it, but don't gotta be so judgy. Yeah, you
I'll be
bitch.
judgy. I'll be judgy all I want.
Yeah, what's your beef with the hair band?
80s.
They're just having a good time.
It's low hanging fruit.
Ain't looking for nothing but a good time. And it
low-hanging
don't get
fruit.
better than this.
Hell yeah.
All right. This is a tag on from William Mumphrey. Dear Roman Maroney, Abracadabra, and Fat Adam Jones.
I don't know
Now,
what any of that means.
you're Roman Maroney if you look him up. Steve is obviously Abracadabra, I guess, because you're magic.
I'm magical.
And I'm Fat Adam Jones,
Roman.
the guy from Tool. Now, I personally reject this because I don't think I look like Adam Jones.
Who is this guy? Johnny Dangerously.
I guess he's in a movie.
He's a character from Johnny Dangerously. Which
Yeah.
I've never seen.
But I think that's who he's calling you, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
He's a guy with a mustache.
What's happening?
All right. Anyway, so he said that.
Is that fucking what's his name? Comedian used to be on SNL in the 80s.
Isn't that Rowan Atkinson? Johnny Dangerously?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Isn't that like his Mr. Bean, his Bond spoof? Oh no, that's Johnny English.
No, I think it's Joe Piscopo is Johnny Dangerously.
I don't know what's going on.
Whatever.
What is happening?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't get the reference.
Sorry. Well, yeah, we're picking Johnny Dangerously this month. He said, forgot to include a suggestion on my previous email. Seeing you guys somehow get worked up during an episode, I think it might be interesting to see how it affects your blood pressure. You should get a hold of a cyphogrammeter. One of those old-timey cuff-style blood pressure checkers. What do you think? Might it be a laugh? I remain Billy Mumphrey. Now, obviously, he sent this just to try to get me to pronounce that word.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
I guess. Or really scary if it turns out one of us is a little
one of
too
us is
high.
dying.
All right. So this is from Patrick. Hey, yo. Just
Sup?
finished the latest episode about the Ted Bundy movie with the shitty title. As a horror/serial killer movie nerd, the banter was fantastic.
Good.
Steve's
Thank you.
blood for blood Mask of Sanity reference was dope. And I liked Aunt G's reaction. I've been a day one listener, TESD plant, and I look forward to the pod every week.
Thank you, sir.
I want you guys to talk the Warriors.
We did
Warriors.
once
Yeah.
because I was talking about the
mentioned
Anabasis.
Yeah.
We mentioned it.
Warriors is just fantastic.
It's awesome.
That's a movie that I've seen 1,000 times, And every time it's on, I'll sit and watch it. It's just the greatest.
It's so watchable. I saw a meme this week.
You ever play the game? Oh, you did.
I did, yeah,
You
we
played the
played-
game
we
with
went
me.
into this.
The game was great because it gave like backstory to everything.
Yeah. But I saw a meme today, and it was from Seinfeld. It was the episode of where Elaine is on the subway, and they
good episode.
and they mashed it where all the warriors are the other people on the train with her.
I always like that scene in The Warriors. It's towards the end of the movie where like the prom kids get on
Yes.
and just sit across from them, and she, the girl there,
Mercy.
Mercy is all just a
disheveled.
mess. Yeah, and it's a great like juxtaposition there.
We could rape you. You'd probably,
Maybe we should run a train on you. You look like you might even like it.
Is that Swan who says that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all horrible people.
Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah.
We're gonna rain on you, Warriors.
It does make you want to start a youth crew, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Fun
Yeah,
fact.
At our age, can we start a youth crew? I think it's like an old age gang.
well, not now. Obviously, we saw it when we were younger.
The guy who yells, "We're gonna rain on you, Warriors," the Puerto Rican with the big afro, his name is Apache Ramos.
Yeah.
Okay. And the leader of the orphans is in Cable Guy in the scene at the karaoke jam.
Okay.
He's singing Rock the Boat.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Apache Ramos in it?
Apache Ramos, no. I just know that guy's name.
Okay. He said they made a documentary about street gangs in New York City, and I believe it inspired the movie. I think it could add some tidbits for you guys to talk about from my personal experience.
I'm sorry, the Warriors does not fit the
Yeah.
criteria for the show.
Yeah,
But-
Maybe Patreon,
yeah.
something we could do with it,
Some
but
point.
yeah.
We can do-
I have guys.
We can do gang stuff.
Yeah,
we did the stupid Unfrosted movie.
that's
Yep.
that's what I'm about
And
to
that was
say.
because you tricked us.
Yeah.
I, I've stretched the show as far as I can stretch it.
Yeah.
Even I know
Yeah.
there's no way I'm getting the Warriors.
And
past
even
it.
when you, even from the ones you did stretch, it's kicking and screaming to drag us to do it. So
if I didn't have Matt from Seinfeld, I wouldn't have pushed for Unfrosted.
Mhm.
yeah, of course.
Signcast.
Signcast.
Maybe we,
Matt
maybe
from
we can
Seinfeld.
find a movie that is a little bit more based in New York gang style.
There's a new movie out which
New Jack City?
I want to watch with you guys, based on a true story.
Okay.
I guess I'll wait for it to hit streaming. The Bike Riders. Do you know about this?
Nope.
Oh, it's a bike gang.
It's about I think it's about like the early stages of the Hell's Angels, like
that's cool.
forming. I don't know the details, but I think it could be interesting later.
Sure.
He said, and then he says, I met Brian and Steve at Smod Castle when
You
they
did?
helped with the AV for Fun Bearable.
I saw Dune 2 at Smod Castle.
What'd you think?
Of the venue or of the movie?
Both.
I don't think I'm allowed to say.
Did you like Dune?
Dune was great.
There we go. That's all you need to say. Everything else just fell into place.
The pod kicks ass, and I can't wait for the story you guys alluded to earlier in the episode.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know either. What story did we allude
Was that
to?
from? Because he just said he watched
The Ted Bundy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Story. I'll have to
Yeah,
go back.
I don't
I'll have to
know.
go back. Yeah.
He said, Brian rules, Donkey Kong content rules,
Thank you.
Yahoo. Well, Anthony is the world's greatest Donkey Kong player.
That's you say that.
You beat it.
I did beat it.
You did it.
Yeah. We completed it. No interactions whatsoever on that third one.
You just played.
Yeah, I don't think anyone even
No
commented.
one even commented on that. I think we've lost the audience on
You
the Donkey
think?
Kong thing. Yeah.
It ran its course?
It ran its course.
No, we need like an online kind of thing. That's what you should do with those kind of games,
I don't know.
or at least that
Whatever.
type of content.
All right, I don't know. So this is that time I finally emailed you guys. Hello to my favorite history pod.
Hi.
You
Hello.
guys rival TESD for insanity. Every time I think I have a favorite, someone else will mine a level of insanity I wouldn't have thought possible. Keep it up. The only critique
I think that's a compliment.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The only critique I have would be hoping you could update the movie list when a pick episode goes up so I know what
I
to
can't.
watch. I can't be the only person.
I can't.
Steve,
Can't.
you got to update the
Leave
show.
me alone. I can't. Well, no, I've gotten better, but it's life happens. So
Can you teach me to do it?
yeah, it takes 10 seconds. You have access.
I don't know how to log in and do it. Otherwise, I would.
It's we'll talk about it later.
All right. Anyway, I have a couple suggestions for movies you might like to cover.
Okay.
I don't know. It was backfired last time.
Yeah. Norma Ray, 1979. Sally Field as a union organizer at a textile mill. This might be good for Labor Day.
Mm.
Okay.
I've never heard of this. Have you?
Is that the
I've heard the
Triangle
name
Fires?
Norma. No. Oh, wait. Maybe it is. I know that name. She's famous.
I thought that was like Marilyn Monroe's real name. Or she's Norma Jean.
No, it's Norma Jean.
Norma Ray. That might be Triangle Fire shit.
I Googled it. It's a movie. It's
You
based
don't
on the
say.
true story of Crystal Lee Sutton. She was an American union advocate who basically started some.
Give us a
unions.
year, Brian.
Yeah.
1979.
That's the movie.
No,
She was famous in 1973.
Oh, all right.
So
Okay.
So it's definitely not.
So that's that.
So
And then
she's a bra burner.
Yeah.
yeah. And then Lion in 2016. Dev Patel is awesome. Need I say more? 8.0 on IMDb, and it deserves higher.
Lion.
Lion. I know nothing
I don't
about
know
this.
anything about it.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's a. Let me see.
It's about
I
lions.
don't know.
Maybe it's about the
I bet
lion.
it's not about lions. That's the
It
that's
might be about the lion of
that's
Fallujah.
subversion of
maybe?
expectations.
Hey, this movie is about a lion. I want to watch this.
My mother always says my grandfather used to love to take her and her sister to see westerns
Oh, this is the dude from.
back in the day.
Slumdog.
Yeah.
And he took them to see Midnight Cowboy just based on the name of the movie.
Thinking it was about
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Isn't it X-rated?
I don't know if it's X-rated, but it's like really like a porno movie, isn't it? I never saw it.
I never
I'm-
saw it either.
I'm walking here. I think there's like gay sex in it.
Oh, if this is
Is there?
based on a true story, this is pretty good.
Midnight Cowboy is currently an R rating. But all right, and they said, I was wondering if movies that are historic in of themselves would be cool, like the first X-rated movie. Greetings with Robert De Niro. It's not porn, seriously. Could lend itself to a discussion about the rating system. Maybe a Patreon episode if you do that. Then I realized there's an even better movie for that. Henry in June, 1990. Anis Nin meets Henry Miller in Paris. The first movie to ever be rated NC-17, and it's historical. It's stuffed to the gills with boobs and sex.
That's an interesting idea. That
That's-
sounds like Patreon shit. if they
Yeah,
could do that.
I think so.
Yeah,
I like
The
that idea.
historical
It's a good
context of
concept.
movies, I think, is interesting.
Yeah.
Important movies rather than the subject.
Yes.
Yeah.
I vote The Matrix.
Yeah, you could do that.
Mhm.
That's very important. All the shits and giggles, guys. And that's the end of his message. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we got one last
All
one.
right, one more. We got
Yeah.
one more.
All right. This is from
You love your food.
Oh, you look.
Steven. Tell me, when you drink coffee, do you think it helps you podcast?
Why are you Jiminy Glick?
I don't know.
You watch one video. And then he
He's,
goes,
he's prime time Glick.
Does it help? No. No, it doesn't.
Did you always want to be a podcaster? You do talk in your free time.
I don't know if he's actually asking me this or if this is part of the email. I don't know what's happening.
I'm just doing Jiminy Glick.
But-
I'm fucking around. All
This
right.
is the last email?
It's the
Yeah.
last one.
Okay.
Ariel Larea. Hey guys,
Hey.
long-time listener, first-time writer.
Huh.
I wanted to email you guys for a while now, but I've just been too lazy or something. I don't know.
That's okay.
Either way, I'm writing now.
Thanks.
Cool.
I come from the TESD crowd.
Come from the land.
I come from the Tell 'em Steve Dave town, where get 'em chunders.
Vegemite sandwich.
I come from the TSD crowd, and when I found out Brian was doing a history movie podcast, I immediately jumped on the bandwagon and haven't looked back.
Thank you, sir.
Sweet.
You
Or
guys
madam.
are one of the most entertaining groups of chuckleheads I have had the pleasure of listening to.
Now I feel like you're just being insulting.
Even, yeah.
Chucklehead.
Even though you mock Ant for his majestic banana eating methods. You're going to like this part, Ant. I have started falling into the Prague hole recently because of you guys and have not been disappointed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
good.
what I call Steve, the Prague hole.
Thank you.
There is even a local station I found that has a Prague listening block
Cool.
called the Prague Rock Palace.
Where do you
that I
live?
start listening to on my drives. He lives on Salisbury Hill, obviously.
Yeah, where is this?
I would love to like what are you into? I want to know.
Yeah. He
What have
said,
you been listening to?
it would be cool if you guys did a Patreon show on prog rock through the ages and maybe in-depth discussion about influential bands and musicians.
Something like that, I think, is an inevitability
Yeah.
if we do get
So,
going with that.
so I put on the Patreon like different topics.
Mhm.
I mentioned a
He read them
prog
to
show.
me.
No one wanted that, right?
Nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
And do you know what people really didn't want either?
What?
A Planet of the Apes series.
You and I reference Planet of the Apes just about every episode.
Yeah. People don't like it, I guess.
I guess
don't
so. Yeah.
Shit would be tight.
I think
There'd definitely be some sort of music thing.
didn't like we put some stupid stuff
Yeah.
on there where it was like, oh, Steve's cooking show, and it beat out like Planet of the Apes or something.
I'd watch you cook.
Oh, I want Steve to
Please God.
I
don't
want
make me do this.
I want Steve to make hardtack.
Steve makes hardtack.
Hardtack.
Yeah, and then we try
Civil War
it.
food.
I mean, I probably could.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome,
I want
right?
to try. You don't want to try hardtack. It's not good.
I want to try your hardtack. You can do it.
I'll give you some hardtack. Maybe I'll hold.
Are we dying?
I think that's
It's a
the doorbell.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
Shit would be tight. On my last note, I recently watched the movie Foxcatcher, and I think you would have fun talking about the oddly homoerotic and wacky adventures of John DuPont and wrestler Mark Schultz, Channing Tatum. You guys are pretty gay, so I think it would click.
True.
Fits.
Yeah.
That's a movie I've
Yeah.
thought about picking in the past.
Foxcatcher.
I've never heard of it.
That'd be good.
It's great.
Yeah.
Good movie. Keep doing what you guys are doing. I look forward to the many stupid but entertaining episodes of Reviewing History, starring filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, Stephen Dagliacco, and of course, Aunt Gio.
Okay.
Sincerely, Ari, aka Hot Stuff Coming Through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Aaron.
you.
At
thank you.
hot stuff coming through.
Thank you, hot
With
stuff
all
coming through.
underscores. I guess that's his Instagram.
Back when we worked at Applebee's, there was this guy, Mike, and whenever he would carry anything, he would walk behind people and he'd go, hot skillet. And that was to let people know that he was just walking there. But it was to also make them think he was holding a hot skillet.
Get out of his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
It's history time.
It's history time.
Who wants to go first? I'll go. I'm light.
Okay.
I got the story of Tyke the elephant.
Tyke the elephant.
An elephant?
Yeah. Famous elephant. Have you guys ever...
No.
The Hawaiian elephant?
What the hell's an elephant doing in Hawaii?
The pachyderm of the Pacific?
What?
What was
That's pretty good, right?
I liked it.
what was that?
The pulverizing pachyderm of the Pacific Ocean?
What was that movie when they had to move the elephant? out of the
Operation
jungle?
Dumbo Drop.
Yeah.
The great film.
Is that based on a true story?
No.
I
we
wish
do
it
this?
was.
Elephants are real. That's close enough.
Elephants in Vietnam.
That's like a stretch I would make.
It is.
Elephants exist. I'm Brian. I'm a fucking idiot.
What do you got?
All right. So, this elephant was born in captivity in Florida, right?
Mhm.
His mother went out of control in Florida, and like, while she was giving a ride to people, like,
Who got trampled?
well, and like an entire family.
Oh.
That's this elephant's mother.
So they shot her.
They shot the elephant's mother. Police killed her.
Okay.
Real quick, do you guys like elephants?
I think
Yeah.
elephants are cool.
Yeah, they're scary. They're big, but
I think you're
No.
a big fan of the film Water for Elephants.
I am. Robert Pattinson is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dreamy.
Yeah.
they seem they're very family oriented, pack oriented.
They never forget, I'll tell you that.
They're
Yeah.
good memories.
They like
They hug.
peanuts.
You know, you
Yeah.
can ride them.
I rode an elephant. Did you guys ever ride one?
No. Where'd you
No,
ride an
why?
elephant?
Where did you ride a freaking elephant?
Brian was
Circus?
actually a warrior
Right.
in ancient India.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was
He was
I was with Hannibal.
Yeah.
I was going through what mountains are that?
The Alps.
The Alps, yeah.
Wow, the Alps really nice there. Is that a fucking elephant?
No, so years ago we were kids and my family took me and my sister to the circus, Ringling Brothers,
Yeah.
and they used to have like a ride an elephant section.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it a baby elephant?
No, it was a full elephant.
Full size. That's high.
I'm also a kid, so maybe it.
Maybe
I know it was
medium.
I know it was high. Like I was high up,
Yeah.
and they had like I was strapped into this whole thing, and like the elephant was walking in a circle, and I
poor
rode an
elephant.
elephant. Yeah, and then afterwards, we went to the merch stand, and they had like this toy. They had like a stuffed animal with like an action figure of like almost like an acrobat guy riding the elephant, and he's very gay looking. I got it,
Oh, that's a.
but anyway, I thought that's a fun detail.
You bought the gay toy.
I didn't know it was as a kid, but looking back at the toy now, it looks
Clearly.
incredibly gay.
Mm.
All right.
Like if I was doing like a village diorama of like Pride Month, I would put this toy front and center.
What? How does a toy gay?
He's in like a
It's a clown costume, less jester. So I'm assuming it's a tight,
What are the
colorful,
cocks all over it? Like
tight
what?
and colorful outfit. I assume
it's very tight and like
it's a jester costume.
not jester. It's like a tight like pink leotard almost.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
acrobats. Yeah.
It's a blonde guy, which inherently just makes everything slightly gay.
Reminds you of He-Man. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
In Brian's eyes, if you're blonde, you're a homosexual.
Brian doesn't even know how the Germans exist as a
Yeah.
You should have died out by now.
How do you breed?
Yeah.
Tyke lashes out. So according to Tyrone Taylor, Tyke's trainer, Tyke had already 3 incidents. He's already like an angry elephant.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like his
Lost
mom.
his mother,
He was working in Pennsylvania. And,
I like how he was working.
well, I guess he's captured in. I don't know.
Is he a circus elephant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a circus elephant.
Oh, Afro circus.
He was Afro circus. So he got loose in Pennsylvania, and this is in '93, and caused $14,000 in property damage
Wow.
in Pennsylvania.
What year?
This
93.
is '93. Now you would think this would be enough for him, but no. Then later that same year in July,
They're gonna shoot the elephant.
he went nuts and he trampled this handler, and then ran around uncontrolled for 25 minutes in North Dakota.
He's constantly escaping.
Eventually, they stop it and they bring him in. Now we are to the date of the incident, August 20th, 1994.
That's my brother's birthday.
Really?
Hmm.
820?
93 though, not 94.
Oh, okay. He was 1.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, on his birthday wish,
It was
He-
to watch an elephant kill people.
no, he wished for an elephant, and cosmically, the
That's what
elephant
happened.
was just trying to get to Staten Island from Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's like a monkey's paw wish.
So they're in Hawaii in this.
They're in
situation?
Hawaii, and the elephant's being groomed, right?
Right.
Who's there?
Who's the groomers?
Hillary.
Who is it? Hillary or Bill?
He is president at the
Yeah.
time, right? Oh no, would he be president? No, not yet,
Picture of
because he wins the '94 election, correct? Or is he '92?
I believe he was president. Already.
picture of Bill on the private plane. There's a little baby elephant in the back, just Epstein in the corner.
Ghislaine.
Yeah.
Ghislaine is at the circus.
Yeah.
The elephant has a picture of Bill in a dress.
Yeah.
So the elephant goes ape shit. It kills its groomer. Then it kills its trainer.
Oh my god.
It's
How is it still alive?
It's
Why didn't they
crushing
kill it yet?
everybody to death.
Killing everyone.
It runs out of the arena. And there was a publicist who tried to stop it. She fucking crushes him.
Publicist.
Yeah. I guess he's the last line of defense.
He had to hang up the phone. He's promoting something.
The elephant gets loose and runs around in Hawaii.
I thought they were in North Dakota.
Now they're in Hawaii.
This is
They
in
moved the
Hawaii, the
elephant.
date of the
Oh.
incident.
They move around.
They're like, if it's in an island, maybe it'll be happier.
Mm.
It gets loose. Eventually, police are forced to shoot at the elephant in order to bring it down. They shoot 87 shots into the elephant.
Theoden brought down an
Yeah.
elephant with just like a couple of horsemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't Legolas like
Legolas
single-handedly.
was
Like one arrow.
Well, he was like Fred Flintstone on their back,
Yeah.
like jump on their tail and their noses and shit.
87 shots, huh?
So they light up this fucking beast
87's a lot.
and it dies. Now, after this, it becomes a big animal rights issue because people are. It's like a Tillicum,
the Shamu.
Shamu thing, where now people are like, "Oh, this is fucked up."
Yeah, like why are we even doing this?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have a controversial take. I'm kind of pro
You pro
animals,
circus?
animals in circuses.
Really?
Pro animal slavery.
Well, I think that they need ethical treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is something you could legalize. However, I do think it's kind of important for people to have the opportunity to see these things almost.
Books,
I'm
books
pro-
and TV.
Maybe
It's different in person.
yeah, I
You don't
agree.
need to.
I feel like people seeing animals is a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe a zoo is a better place for that. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's safari, and you like really, if you want to see these things, you got to go.
To where
But
they
that's
are.
not that's
Go to
not
where they
feasible.
are if you really want to see them.
I feel like the circus is kind of maybe an archaic form of entertainment that doesn't need to be around anymore.
So you think it's something that should have stayed in 1920?
It really is like they're in a lot of cases they're nailing like bears' feet to tricycles and things. Like,
Oh,
what
like,
are you guys doing?
Like, obviously,
why are we doing this?
look, I'm against like the barbaric practices of it, but I think you can get in. Elephants are smart enough where
Where they can perform.
they can perform without being beaten and abused. You know,
I mean, it didn't like
always
wasn't it
fun.
always a tradition in New York to like walk when the Big Apple Circus would come to town? They'd walk the elephant like through the Lincoln Tunnel, and it was like
Yeah.
a big pomp and stuff. That can't be nice for the elephant. He's got to be terrified. It's like those the handsome cabs. Like I love the idea of the handsome cabs. I think they're really cool and like it's
New
a
York,
tradition
yeah.
of New York. But fucking speeding vehicles going past these horses
Close.
can't be good for them. It just can't. You know?
I mean, they exist.
Yeah, but
They're also walking on ground that's not made for, like their feet are not made for the ground,
yeah.
and they often are. It's pretty much
So
torture
would you
for
guys
a
shut
horse.
down the handsome cabs?
Yeah,
I think they
Oh,
were shut
yeah.
down. I don't think they exist anymore.
Yeah,
Really?
most.
Yeah, I don't think
in
hands
New
are
York
getting
at
around
least.
What if we had
Like
the
in the last like 10 years.
what if we had the homeless people pull rickshaws?
Now we're talking. now we're getting jobs.
Yeah.
Getting jobs to the community.
Getting stuff done is always good.
I'm gonna punch you in the brain. It's bad enough we got somebody out there trying to strap a rickshaw to him.
So this kind of opened up more animal rights.
Yeah, it was
stuff.
like it's a big like landmark case, and you know, obviously animals in the circuses are done in general, in large part because they took the fucking animals out of it, which was the whole appeal.
Yeah.
Which was seeing an elephant stand on a ball and do like an impressive feat.
Also,
Right.
acrobatics when you don't see them every day is always astonishing, but you can kind of go online and see anything, so it's not really like, you know.
And apparently, I just found this out. A Christian thrash metal band known as Tourniquet
I know them.
wrote the song 86 Bullets about
About the elephant?
About the elephant, yeah. And then there's another band called 86 Bullets, which is named after
Wow. The tourniquet
yeah.
song.
Wow.
yeah, and they have a song
It's,
called Hail of Bullets that is about
The elephant.
the elephant.
Wow.
This
It's
elephant
an important
yeah.
pop culture icon, it seems. I saw
So,
that.
There you go.
I saw that. It was a miss.
Brian's been fighting that fly all day.
The fly for 3 episodes. According to our viewers, we've been fighting a fly for I think a month.
Yeah.
Like, we can't get it out.
Longest lifespan for a fly ever. So that's Tyke the elephant.
Yeah, I
Cool.
liked it. Good story.
Cool.
Who
Yeah.
goes now? Me or
I'll
Steve?
go.
Okay.
Mine's kind of shorter.
Okay.
Not that short, but kind of shorter.
Okay.
Have either of you heard of a man named Calvin Graham?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna
The inventor of the cracker.
I'm gonna tell you when
It's so stupid.
when this man was born and where, and then what he did. He was born April 3rd, 1930. Keep
Okay.
that in mind.
Mhm.
1930. He was the youngest U.S. serviceman to fight during World War II.
So in 1930.
Whoa. So
Wait.
he could not have been older than 15.
Yeah.
That is the oldest he could be.
Oh, that's what you would think. He was born in Texas, and he decides, I'm going to join the Navy because my father died and my mother remarried. I'm getting out.
Uh-huh.
I got nothing else to do.
He enlists in the Navy August 15th, 1942.
So he's 12.
12.
He's 12 years old.
How?
He goes to boot camp for 6 weeks at 12 years old. He gets deployed to the USS
Was he a
South
giant?
Dakota in
He tried
Pearl
to
Harbor.
pull like a Captain America in the movies.
He gets assigned to Pearl Harbor on the USS South Dakota.
Okay.
Okay. But
October
obviously it's
26th,
after the
1942, kid sees action. Battle of the Santa Cruz. He gets a Navy unit commendation for the service.
really.
Yep. Not only that,
How did he pull this off?
We need someone that can fit in there that's very small.
November
I'll do it.
14th, November 14th, 1942, he gets wounded during the Battle of Guadalcanal. He was serving as a loader for the 40 millimeter anti-aircraft gun.
Fighting off zeros.
Yes, he gets hit by shrapnel while taking a hand message to an officer. How badass is this kid? Even though he has fragmentation wounds, he's helping rescue by aiding and pulling wounded aboard the ship safely.
He has to be a massive 12-year-old, right?
Yeah, like, yeah.
The kid gets the Bronze Star Medal and Purple Heart. And a second Navy unit commendation.
And he inspired
It's
the
Benjamin
first,
Button.
Yeah. He inspired the first American child soldier unit.
He was one of the
Led
few,
by the American General Coney.
he was one of the few child soldiers in the United States. The youngest serviceman to fight during World War II.
How did he pull this off?
Here we go. So South Dakota returns to the coast in December.
The ship.
Yeah, and it took.
the
Listen to how
state.
brutal. Listen to how
I'm
brutal
going to the
this
beach. See you later, North.
It's so dumb.
They need an overhaul and to actually get repairs for the ship. The ship took 42 hits from 3 separate enemy ships. This kid was in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Does
So,
it end with him putting
the
his
Navy-
finger on a dike?
Like
Well,
you
here's
said,
what happened.
he was at Guadalcanal. The Navy got battered at Guadalcanal and had to abandon the Marines on the island for
He
like
was
a month.
help. Yeah, he went through it. This kid finds out that his grandmother's funeral is in Texas.
That's where all my exes are.
All my exes leaving.
without permission
Texas.
from the Navy, though, so he has to spend 3 days in the brig.
Oh, because he went to the funeral?
What happens
Mm.
when he's at the funeral? Mother finds out and is
Where the
like,
hell have you been?
Yeah, like, what is going on? You know, excuse me, not 3 days. He spent 3 months in the brig.
Oh, okay.
He was released because his sister threatened to contact the newspapers because it's like, this is a kid. What are you doing?
Yeah.
He tried to return to the ship, but he was discharged from the Navy in 1943.
So they found out.
Yeah. Yep. His mother was like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. My
why are you in
son-
uniform?
Why is he killing Japanese?
Right.
Why did he have, why
He's
does he have a
13.
purple heart?
Yeah, he has a Bronze Star. Excuse me.
Ma'am, your son is a hero. And we can't afford to lose him.
Well, he was discharged in 1943, and
He's killed 12 men.
they actually revoked his awards.
Why?
What?
South Dakota's
That's what
gunnery
happened to
officer.
Nick Papagiorgio when he won all those cars.
Yep. He
Could've
was then
caught
working
Kanye
in a
with a car.
shipyard as a welder because he dropped out of school. At 14, kid gets married, becomes a father the following year. At 17, he was already divorced and goes to the Marine Corps.
This is the toughest kid ever.
Yeah. He just he was born 30 years old.
In the Marines, he actually, instead of getting a discharge, it's considered an honorable discharge for his service at the Navy because Jimmy Carter approved it. So all of the medals except the Purple Heart were reinstated because that's, I don't know why.
How do you not give the kid a
Yeah,
Purple
how do you
Heart?
not
He's
do it?
Wounded.
Don't worry, this is a happy ending. 1988 rolls around and the story becomes public.
He's 15.
Yeah.
By the way, this kid, is a chain smoker from like 10 years old on. He legitimately probably looks like an oven mitt.
I've seen some shit.
In 1988, Graham, because he was technically discharged, and now all of a sudden it was honorable discharge, in the Navy, sadly, he goes to the Korean War.
Okay.
In 51, he falls off a pier and breaks his back.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Purple Heart.
So technically,
This kid just wants to kill.
Yeah.
but
Born to kill.
in 1988, they were like, we're going to give you the full beneficial services and everything that you've done. He gets
And at 90, he re-enrolled in
full coverage.
kindergarten.
I'm going to get my education.
Yeah.
Sadly, he dies 1944, I believe. And
What? You just told me
1994,
in the Korean-
1994,
94.
excuse me, 1994, and they reinstate his Purple Heart officially. So he still has all the medals that he achieved as a kid.
What
and
was
all the
his,
benefits of him
do you know
being
what
a
his
veteran.
career was?
What do you mean?
Soldier.
Just a career military man?
I mean, as long as the career was, it was a very short
He
career.
said he was welding.
He
Yeah.
was welding at a harbor for a little while.
Okay.
In between joining the Marines instead of the Navy because the Navy won't let him in again.
This guy being a longshoreman is like the least shocking job possible for this guy.
Yeah, so he had a good amount of service medals
I
here.
love this kid.
Yeah, and the picture of him, when you look, you're like, I could see why. He looks like a 17, 18-year-old kid. And he's like 12.
He looks like a kid, but it could be an older kid.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the story of probably one of the most badass kids in World War II, Calvin Graham.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I guess my turn, right?
Yep.
sure.
So I want to talk about a guy named Edmond Genet.
Genet, French.
Genet.
Edmond Genet.
French?
He is French. He was born in 17. I should have wrote this
Hundreds.
down.
1700s.
Sometime around in the 1760s. Okay,
mid 1700s.
1760s. His father has a job in the court of King Louis. So he grows up around Versailles.
Okay.
He's like a precocious little genius kid. He speaks 6 different languages by the time he's like 12. And gets to know the ins and outs of like international politics because people are constantly coming in there to, like, he probably met Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
Right. As he gets older, he gets a position in the embassy in Russia, the French embassy in Russia, at the court of Catherine the Great. So Louis sends him over to Moscow, to St. Petersburg.
And then after that, he was in the court of the Crimson King.
That's right.
Right. Right.
While in Russia, he really doesn't like absolutism.
Okay.
He starts to become a political guy. So when the revolution happens back in France in 1789, he's a big supporter of it. He's very happy that this is going down.
He's pro-Jacobin.
Yes. Well, he's pro-revolution.
Yeah.
Right. The Girondins take control of the government, which are not, as radically insane as the Jacobins. They bring him back to France and they give him a new job. They tell him, Genet, you are now going to be the ambassador to the United States of America.
Cool.
Now, the United States
New
is
country.
probably the only country on earth that will help revolutionary France. So it's a big job.
We're also not capable of it, right?
Well, that remains to be seen.
We do have a vast amount of resources that are yet to be tapped.
1793, they send him to America. And he's got a mission. He's got a couple missions. One, his job is to get the U.S. to declare war on England. He wants to secure American protection for French colonies in the Caribbean. He wants early debt repayment from the War of Independence. and he wants to sign some new commerce treaties and things.
I
Right?
have a feeling he's going 0 for 4 minimum.
So he lands in Charleston, and immediately he is the toast of the town.
Yeah.
Right. So this is deep Jeffersonian country.
They love him.
Jefferson is pumping up the French Revolution in his newspapers,
Yeah.
like saying this is a country of heroes, the greatest thing that's ever happened over there. So anybody coming from France is getting a warm welcome, and they're immediately like local celebrity. So he's getting all these parties thrown for him. Now, right off the bat, one of the other jobs he has in 1778. Congress, this is during the height of the War for Independence, Congress signed a treaty with France that says French privateers can use American ports as like a base of operations.
French pirates.
Yeah.
Mm.
They can also bring any prizes they win out at sea, meaning ships that they capture, back to America for safe harbor. So he's like, okay, great. I'm going to raise a privateer fleet. So immediately in Charleston, he orders the construction of 4 new ships. He names them the Republican, the Anti-George, the Sans-Culotte, and the Citizen Genet, after himself.
This may as well just be like the fuck you England fleet.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Now, he's the ambassador to the United States. One thing he should be doing is meeting with the president.
Not starting up.
Not starting a pirate fleet.
George Washington is sitting in Philadelphia, which is the capital, waiting to be met by the ambassador from France.
And Washington, just based on my knowledge of him, does not like disrespect and when like people act like they're above him.
Yep.
That is like he's like a very patient man,
Mhm.
but he has zero patience
Right.
for shit like that.
It takes Genet over a month to make his way up from Charleston to Philadelphia. All the while he's having parties thrown in his honor, being told how great he is, and he's a rock star.
Yep.
When he finally gets to Philly to talk to George, Washington meets with him and is decidedly very cold. He does not like this guy.
Yep. This is the most anti-George Washington guy ever, like
Yes.
personality-wise.
So Washington is hell-bent on keeping America neutral. As far as he is concerned, this treaty from 1778 no longer has any merit. And the reason is, one, the government that they signed it with has been deposed, and the guy who signed it has had his head chopped off.
Oh, I see.
So he's like, this is done. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I
We are-
signed that with the king.
Right.
Yeah.
The French do not see it that way. So there's that tension right away. On top of that, Washington is hell-bent on being neutral in this. He's trying to stay out of the foreign entanglement.
We have to
whatsoever.
build a country.
Right.
Yeah.
America does not have the military power to take on anyone at this point.
No, we don't have the economics. We
Right.
don't have the infrastructure.
They're desperately trying to get their house in order. They just adopted the Constitution.
Yeah, we barely won a guerrilla war against the
right.
world's greatest military.
The Federalists, who are Washington's party that backs him,
Yeah.
they're the guys that came up with the Constitution. The anti-Federalists are saying in like the Jeffersonian newspapers that like they are tyrants. You know, they're trying to make a king. Genet is playing into this. Jefferson is telling him to watch his ass. You're playing with fire with this.
Yep.
All the while, and in Washington, you know, he's having meetings with this guy. They're not going anywhere. He's not getting what he wants.
He has a million things going on.
Right.
Yeah, I know this story.
Oh, you've heard this before?
It was in the Washington book. I know where this
Mhm.
goes.
So, a French privateer captures 2 British ships out at sea, and it starts sailing up the Delaware River towards Philadelphia. Genet is like, great, I'm going to take one of these ships and add it to my fleet. He names it Le Petit Démocrate.
Small Democrat. They renamed it in modern times. They still have the ship.
Did they?
Yeah, it's called the Pete Buttigieg. The Petite Democrat.
Washington has some personal business back at Mount Vernon, so he leaves town. Jefferson tells Genet, look, I should say this. All this while, Genet has been sending letters back to France saying, Washington is an old, out-of-touch guy.
Yep.
I'm new, I'm young. Like, the people are the real sovereign. Washington is shit. He's trying to be king. We're going to go over his head. I'm going to get shit done, right? All this is being sent back to France.
Bad move.
Yeah. So Jefferson tells him, do not try and leave with that ship until Washington gets back and gives you permission to do it. Genet says, okay, I'll wait for him to get back. But even if he says no, I'm going to take it anyway.
Yeah, he can't stop me.
I'm going over his head. I'm going to appeal to the people because they're the true sovereign. 2 days before Washington gets back, he sends it off anyway. So now Washington gets into town, sees what's gone down, is furious, starts like he bypasses Congress and starts passing like executive order type legislation about neutrality, making firm neutrality rules, right? He cancels the French fleet shit. Like they're not coming here. The Jeffersonians are pissed because he's going around the Constitution,
the framework,
right? So they start calling him out in the newspapers. Genet starts going around Philadelphia, riling up people, like going into bars and being like, "Look at this fucking guy,"
Fuck Washington.
Yeah, with French sailors that are in town. Roving gangs start prowling the streets in Philadelphia at night, like screaming that America needs to declare war on England right now. Washington is not fucking happy.
No.
He has had enough of this shit. He starts devising a way to contact the French government and get them to recall this guy.
Yeah, get this guy the fuck
Get this guy the fuck out of here. Turns out some guys up in New York do it for him because I don't know how they got this, but they got their hands, some newspaper guys in New York City, on some of the letters he's been sending back to France, and they publish them in the newspaper and make them public.
Huh.
This guy has essentially gotten into a popularity contest in the United States with George fucking Washington.
Yeah.
And now that the public sees what they've been saying about him, he's done. They hate him.
Washington is universally beloved.
He's a minor deity.
He stopped like an uprising just by talking to the soldiers right after the Civil War.
Yes. The Civil War?
I said Civil War, sorry. The Revolution. That'd be impressive if he spoke to them after the Civil War.
Back in France.
He would be a deity.
The Girondins have lost power. They've been replaced by the Jacobins. And
by the way,
real back and forth.
Jacobins, the greatest name in like anything. Just name.
You love Jacobin?
I love the name.
I think it
Jacobin.
sounds silly.
I don't know.
What about Jacobite?
I don't mind Jacobite. I don't know. There's something about it. It's very phonetically pleasing to me.
So the Jacobins are now in control. Robespierre at their head.
Yeah. Rewriting the calendar.
Yes, the reign of terror. Genet gets a letter from France. We don't like what you've been doing. You need to come back to Paris and face trial. We're sending a new ambassador.
We're lopping your head off.
Now, we all know what that means. He's getting his head removed.
Looks like I'm going to be an American now.
Genet goes to Washington essentially on his knees and begs for asylum. Washington, who hates this man, still does not want to see him have his head chopped off. So he gives him asylum in the USA. Genet will go on to move to New York City. Oh, not New York, to New York. Meets the governor, woos his daughter, marries her, lives out the rest of his life on an estate overlooking the Hudson River.
Yep.
Wow.
He died in 1834, I believe, July 14th, the 45th anniversary of the fall of the Bastille. And that is the story of Citizen Genet.
And they're
Cool.
marching to Bastille Day.
Every time we do these kind of bio things,
Mhm.
and I hear that people are just like, I'm going to get boats. Immediately, I'm like, we need a boat.
Who doesn't need?
We need like a
I would love
reviewing
that.
history boat that we can,
Just
pirate.
cruise around.
Yeah. Well, okay. Cruise.
We can go to Batterman's Castle.
Yeah, you just go. Sailboat or I guess, right?
Yeah, sailboat.
Use the power of the wind.
This is a fun little detail. His descendant was the first American flyer to die in the First World War.
Really?
Yeah.
American Flyer.
Back
Yeah.
in France.
It was Janae's great-grandson.
There you go.
Which, when you think about it, think about this real quick. The people who built the country are basically 2 generations removed.
Yeah. It's not that long.
It's not that. It's fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah.
like it seems so long ago, but what?
I think it's Zachary Taylor's grandson is still alive today.
Get the fuck out.
I think it's Zachary Taylor.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
He died in 1904.
Okay, not Zachary Taylor then. There's a guy alive, he either just died or he's still alive, who's related to a president from
John Tyler.
John Tyler.
John Tyler's grandsons are alive.
Look at that.
Um,
Like he had kids like an extremely old age, and then their kids did too.
his grandson,
What?
so Tyler was born 1790.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
His son was born in 1853. His grandson was born when his father was 75 in 1928.
And he's still alive today.
Wow.
Those are
It's gotta
some
be like-
good fucking genes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Tyler, most underrated president.
He's the one who died eating cherries.
No,
Oh, he's the one that gave a speech in the rain.
no. John Tyler did not die.
What?
McKinley was shot. Henry Harrison was the,
Oh, you're right. John Tyler did not die.
no,
Zachary Taylor died.
Zachary Taylor died.
Why am I mixing these guys up
They
so
all
hard?
died.
Because their names are kind of similar. We've been podcasting for over 3 hours.
More
Yeah,
than that.
good amount of
Been here
time.
Since 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's fucking 5.
Well,
Yeah.
well, we started, at 12. But anyway, pick time, right?
Yeah.
Pick time.
Who wants?
Yeah.
Time.
What movie are we doing first?
First, I want to do The Revenant.
All right, Steve's up first with The Revenant.
Revenant.
Oh boy, Leo.
All right, who's next?
Yeah.
I guess I am. We're gonna do the Eagle. Nice Roman movie played by. Good. Yes.
I want to do it dressed as an eagle the entire time.
Yeah, actually, Eagles, we learned from our Big Year episode, don't sound like that.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they like.
Steve, can you sing When the Eagle Cries real quick? Just do it.
When the eagle cries. That song sucks.
I like that song.
That song sucks.
I'll be honest, I'm a sucker for the cheesy 9/11 songs, like When the Eagle
You like
Cries.
Forgotten? Not
For-
Forgotten. Sons,
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's Dream
Dream
Theater.
Theater.
I think the victims of 9/11 would want
A chug.
a guitar, would want an epic guitar solo to eulogize them.
Yes.
How could they?
Why would they? Ugh.
What's your pick?
I'm going to pick one of my favorite movies, Chaplin,
Chaplin.
starring Robert Downey
Okay.
Jr., about Charlie Chaplin.
Okay.
There you go.
Great.
Good mix.
I have to go to the bathroom. Shockingly bad.
You should
Go.
do it right here, right now.
Just piss yourself.
Just do it. Just
I'm
do
going.
it.
Have a
and
good night, folks.
Goodbye.
Bye. Let's just wait for him to leave and let's just bash it.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's why we're waiting for him to get out. Like, go ahead.
Just
Go
say,
ahead.
oh my God, he sucks so much.
Horrible, horrible. Just unattentive. Won't shut the fuck up.
His performance there, we may have to dock him.
Yeah. Write an email with a resume.
Yeah, we're looking for.
We need someone who could just pull facts out of their brain.
Can you eat a banana properly? You may have a leg up.
That's
All right,
it.
you want to say bye?
Thank you for watching, listening, being our friend, like, subscribe, all that jazz.
Thank you for being
a friend.
Do you like the Golden Girls?
I've never really like sat down to watch them, so I can't really say anything about it. I know my younger sister like loved them.
I never got into it really.
It's not.
I
for
know
us.
people love
it's not
it.
for us.
Well, I like sitcoms, but I don't know. Golden Girls, I just never got into.
I'm sure there's parts that I would enjoy. and like,
Yeah.
you know, it ran for a while, so I'm assuming it has some good stuff, but I've never sat down to really. I'm not a sitcom person.
Yeah. In general, you don't like the multicams.
No. I like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
know
my
you do.
shit.
Did you watch Blackberry?
I didn't.
Dude, I'm telling you, you will fucking love that movie. It's something
I thought we were gonna do it for the show.
Eventually, we will do it on the show, but like I don't know when we'll pick it. I'm
Right.
telling you, you will fucking love that movie.
I gotta test it out. I gotta try.
I watched it like a week or two ago. I thought it was awesome,
Yeah.
and I think you would really enjoy it because like they deal with so much of like the nerdy tech stuff
Yeah, the tech world
for cell phones that I think you would really appreciate.
That's my life, man.
And you would also love that he's basically playing Dennis Reynolds in an office.
Yeah,
Like he's always bubbling and something happens where he's like,
snaps.
be gone! Like, you know, he does his
Be
Dennis
gone,
Reynolds-
you beta cook.
Yeah, like it's shit like that.
All right, I'll give it a try. I'll watch it before we have to. You know, I try like I'm always like I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna watch this movie,
Yeah.
but every movie now is associated with like work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have to work now.
I have to watch one of
I have
these.
to
yeah.
watch. You know, yeah.
I didn't log them yet, but I watched so many like teen sex comedies like to prepare for summer coming up.
Of course, you got to prepare.
Yeah.
What are you preparing for?
It just like gets me in the mood, you know? It's like
To do what?
school's ending. I'm a young, cool teen going
Right,
out
that's
looking
what
for
you
sex.
are.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You go out in the summer and just look to
I
slang
hit the
it.
beach
Right.
and I'm like,
You're holding your daughter and just kind of
look
like
at all
winking
these
at people,
chicks and
man.
all these tits, man. Yeah.
I watched the last movie I watched was I mentioned you about it. The Gentleman
Oh,
Bronco.
Gentlemen Broncos.
is so good.
Really good, funny
so
movie.
good.
You know what's funny? You mentioned that. I saw like a reel pop up about
That's
it the other
why
day. Did it? It must have
it
like
went viral.
yeah, I think it went semi-viral and like people finally noticed this. I loved that movie when I first saw it, and then I wrote the script kind of. And I was like,
Yeah.
it gave me the motivation to write that mockumentary.
Sam
that died.
Rockwell, man,
He's the best.
he's one of the best. He's up there. He's got to be top 10 in my book.
I know you've always loved Sam Rockwell.
I've seen a lot of his work. So, but anyway,
Yeah. All right.
thank you again.
That was the best part of the show because
Well, Ann wasn't here,
Yeah.
so you know.
I want to give a big thank you to everybody listening and or watching. We greatly appreciate it. Want to give a big thank you to Tom, Steve, Dave, Bri Wall, Q, Get him, letting us record down in the studio. We greatly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Follow the show on all social media. Tell a friend. Go to Our View History Pod on Twitter, reviewinghistorypod.com. Buy some merch.
It'll be updated
You've been called out publicly.
because yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna beat a dead horse.
Review History Pod on Twitter, Reviewing History Pod everywhere else. Follow me personally on all social media at Brian Rupert. That's with 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd. I rank and review every single movie I watch. We'll see you next time. Bye.